Hi guys, hello guys. I understand. Hello guys, my name is Thetofunmie of the Thetofunmie TV, and I film on fashion, lifestyle and entertainment from Lagos, Nigeria. My old subscribers, you know how we do it now. My newest subscribers, you are welcome. Please ensure that you should subscribe to this channel, like and share my content, and please invite your friends, tell your friends to subscribe to us. At least so you can have unlimited access to this entertainment, to this whole embodiment of gist. So guys, I'm trying to get set for my next video here, and I'm also trying to get ready for work. So while I do my makeup, just normal work makeup, I want to talk about something. This thing has been on my mind for a very long time, and I felt like, okay, at one point someone is going to talk about it. But we got to this point, nobody has talked about it. So I felt like, okay, so I've been saying someone, why not me? Let me talk about it. Abby, what do you guys think? If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Yeah, be the change you want to see in people. So there's this thing that happens where, okay, let me make a quick disclaimer first. Quick disclaimer first. I'm a Christian and I'm Yoruba, and whatever I say is from my own perspective. I need you guys to understand that I can only say things from my perspective. I've not practiced any other religion before, so I can't say anything from their own perspective. So since we all understand that, there's this thing where a Christian says God said, coming. This is like my proof from Ashepa. Okay. What's about that? So this God said thing, I come to realize that most times when someone says God said, people never tend to believe the person, especially if the person is an ordained pastor, a priest, or something. Bear in mind that in this country that we have three major religions: Christianity, Islam, and traditional religion. Traditional religion basically has a whole lot of branches on it, but everything in quotes is traditional religion. And I've come to realize that when somebody that is a traditionalist says, oh, if I said, or Rumela said, this one said, that one said, people are always scared, and they be like, so this way, so person said it's not going to rain for the next way, and people are already scared, people are already shouting, hey, oh, what do we do? How do we run away? How do we do this? How do we do that? Same thing when someone comes and says, my Alpha said, people always believe. But immediately one person opens mouth to say, God told me, babe. We start saying, like, God cannot tell you anything, stop lying. And say, stop lying, God will not tell you anything. But how can you be so sure that God will not tell somebody anything? How? I understand that people have started to lie, just to believe them, but I still believe that to some extent you should be able to believe one or two persons, especially when it comes to issues that concern them. When somebody says God said I should do this, it's not your business. So why are you crying more than the bereaved? Like, why are you making it seem like whatever the person does is going to affect you? I understand that some people's decision directly or indirectly affect us, but even at that, I hope we all understand that they are solely responsible for their decisions. So and I've listed some reasons why people never believe God said. Number one, too many lies. One of them. We live in an era where everybody is trying to survive. Everybody is doing anything just to survive here. And whatever comes their way, everybody just wants to do it. So much that these days when you go out, a random person can just walk up to you and tell you, oh, God said. I actually don't have a problem with people walking up to you and saying God said. God can say anything to anybody. But after saying God said, the God that sent you did not send you. You don't say, well, after you tell her, oh, she has to give you something. But when some people come to tell you, especially those ones you meet on the road, and they say God said, and you don't give them something, they start making you look like a bad person. They start making you look like it's your right to give them, so like they are entitled to something from you because God told them to tell you something. I mean, this thing is free. God did not. It's not as if God told you, okay, brother or sister, or come here, or enter bus, come to my house, come to church. Yeah, come to my house. It's still the same thing. And come and listen to what I have to say to this person. So why are you not making it like a business venture? And you're saying God said, God said. And in most of these cases, correct me if I'm wrong, these God said people that always demand for money are not real pastors. They are not real men of God, because every man of God understands that salvation is free. Whatever God tells you to do is free. So you really don't have to demand for money from a person, except the person willingly offers you money. Take note of willingly offers you money. So I think that it has become rampant so much that immediately someone walks up to people, in most cases, I've seen a lot of cases, especially when I travel at the park, and so a pastor just comes and says, let us pray. People never close their eyes. They will never. And then after, a pastor will now say, oh, God, sister, God told me to tell you that so person, so this, so that. And after everything, you still come back to say, so let us drop our offering. Excuse me, sir, you only pray for us. It's not as if we came here to conduct service. You don't know if it's my last card I've used to enter motor. And now looking at me like one sinner because I did not pray for your service. I did not pay for your service. That's not even a service to start with. So I think that's one of the reasons why people do not want to even hear anything that pertains to God said. Another reason that I think here is, what is this one? Another reason that I think is people have decided to lie a lot. Aside from people that lie for money, people want to lie to sound convincing, people want to lie to sound serious, people want to lie to make others believe them. To make others believe them. Imagine someone that made an obviously wrong decision, and people are trying to correct the person, but say, oh no, don't blame me, God said. And I'm like, okay, my God, the God that I know, that I serve, doesn't make mistakes. The God that I know will not allow you to do something wrong. The God that I know will not allow you to do something that is going to harm you. So if this thing is obviously wrong, he said it's God that said it, maybe on the long run, no, it's going to come out right. But if it doesn't, forget it, auntie. Stop lying to us, uncle. God did not say anything. He did not say anything to do in particular. Then, one other reason I think is very, very deep is the person's lifestyle. You see, people want to you are addressed the way you dress. Like what I should say, yes, you are addressed the way you dress. People want to believe that everybody believes that God dwells in an holy place. Yeah. But I still want people to understand that God created everybody. There is nobody, like no freaking body that God cannot talk to. Nobody. I've not seen that person. God has spoke to Saul, that was his prosecutor then. What are you talking about? He can speak to anybody at any angle, at any place. So when someone says God said, and then people come and say, oh, that babe, she's a wrong babe, she's this, she's that, she's not saying God said, she wants to scam me. It's a scam. God did not say anything. Maybe she's trying to source for money, maybe she's trying to do, maybe she's trying to do. Like, it's not your business whatever lifestyle the person chooses to live. So far God created the person and the person is not man-made, God can still talk to the person. So it's not about being the holiest of holiest before God can come to you and say, oh, my darling daughter, my darling son, I want you to do this for me, I want you to do that for yourself, and all of that. So I find it ridiculous where people say, this one. Okay, no, when someone says God said, and people be like, this one, God will tell this one something. How can God tell this one something? Where we have holier people, where we have this, where we have that. Then people want sharp miracles. Nigerians especially, at least that is the country I live in. They want sharp miracles. They want something that when you say, God said you're going to be rich, to them it's always like, as I'm going up like this, let somebody just come here and say, take this money, let me dash you this money, or take this money, let me just since God said you'll be rich, come and take this money, let me dash you, it's yours now. And like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. If God says you will be rich, you will be rich. If God says you have plenty money, you have plenty money. And there's this thing Yorubas say that meaning that if God says it's coming, but doesn't mean that it's coming now. And there are so many cases like that in the Bible, that where God said he's going to do something, he ended up doing it, but maybe not at the time that those people expected it. And I also want you people to understand that God's timing is different from our own timing. So if God said, if someone tells you, oh, God said, and God has not done it, and because of that another person tells you God said, and you're not saying it's a lie, so thing, so the last time God said, I did not see anything. The last time God said this, I did not see that. I did not hear that. Blah 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 blah. And another important point is, we ourselves as Christians, without ourselves, yes, I said it. I just want us to say it, but I have said it now. Without ourselves, a whole lot. Because you won't see a Muslim telling an Afa that Afa you believe. But you see Christians go to church, say, Pastor, pray for me, I want this, I want that, I want to get promotion, I want to get another job, I want to marry this person, I want to marry that person. And then pastor says, it's going to work, you are going to be promoted, or pastor says, this person you want to marry, that one is even a practical example. This person you want to marry is a good person, but I want you to be on the lookout. A better person might come very, very soon. And then people start, and this one, that one, I've been with this one for 4 years, I've been with that one for 5 years. Now pastor is telling me that now, and then they go on and on and on, rambling, and at the end of the day, they decide not to believe the pastor because they feel like what the pastor said is just said is jargons. So they believe their own selves. And now I ask, if you know it is yourself you want to believe, why are you stressing Ellen? Like, why are you stressing the person? They always have a whole lot of people to deal with, a whole lot of prayer points from church members, non-church members, and all of that. They always have to watch over their church members, and they are supposed to be assisting them to make their work easier. You are not the one that is now stressing their life, making them do something that you know that at the end of the day you are not going to adhere to. Now, so what I think we all can do, have a personal relationship with God. Have a personal relationship with God. See, even if you have a personal relationship with God, even if God did not say to you directly, and someone comes to tell you, God said, it's going to be one of the fruit of the Spirit is discerning spirit. It's it's going to be easy for you to discern whether the person is lying or the person is saying the truth. Do you get? Like, you find it easy to believe, or even if you don't find it, even if you don't have a discerning spirit, you find it easy to come back home and say, Father, one of your children told me this today. Father, I want you to confirm for me if that is the way I should truly go or not. And then trust our harbor. It's definitely going to tell you, oh, yes, so I sense a person. Yes, so this one is also one of my shepherds. Yes, so this one came from me. If you have a personal relationship with God, before anybody even tells you anything, you already have an hint of what is coming ahead. So it's not going to be too hard when someone comes to say, oh, God told me this. And then again, when you have a personal relationship with God, God would have told you so many things. Like, you have had personal conversations like father and daughter, father and son. So when someone says God said, you won't find it difficult to believe because you are used to it. It's like a normal thing. It's like you are talking to your earthly father. It's like you call your father on phone and say, hello daddy, how are you doing? Oh, this is, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you have a conversation on the phone. That's how it's going to be for you. Because you call your dad and you say, oh, this, that, and someone comes to say, I just spoke to my dad said, my dad. You are going to believe because you are used to that kind of thing. You too, you talk to your dad says too. So it's not going to be so hard to believe such a person. But when you and your dad do not have a personal relationship and someone comes to say, my dad told me I love you yesterday, you're going to look like, oh, it's a lie. Men don't say I love you. Because you are not used to it, because you are not open to it. So my darlings, have a personal relationship with God so that you won't find yourself doubting everything other people say about this my sweet God. And then you find it easy to determine which prophecy to believe, which God said to believe or not. So that's it, guys. That was an extreme spot. I'm really trying to finish this thing before. The only thing left is just for me to wear my hair and wear what I'm wearing to the office, and that's it, guys. So people of God, that's it for this week. And because I didn't upload any video last week, I'm going to be uploading 2 videos back to back this week. So expect a video for me today. Sorry, what does that mean? Like, I'm uploading this today and expect another one from me on Friday. So that's Thursday, Friday, and then we continue our routine on Sunday. Yes, with ultimate love. So guys, subscribe to my channel, like my posts, engage my posts, and tell your family and friends. Feel free to share my contact, and let's relate in the comment section. Which one of the God said have you heard? Which one of the God said reasons do you believe? How do you cope when someone tells you God said? How do you react? Let's just and let's chat in the comment section. Till next time, I remain Thetofunmie.